Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a good one. There is a lot to be said about Coinbase and their response to the Wells notice from the SEC. They received the Wells notice last month and they finally responded, and it was quite public. What they're saying is that, hey, we're totally willing to work with the SEC. But in that same breath, they are totally willing to go to war. Those are big boy moves. I think the SEC is on its heels. I really do. I really do think they're on their heels. They've got a lawsuit from Coinbase. They've got a not so good court case going up against Ripple. They've got all kinds of things that are coming at them. You have Congress going at Gary Gensler and how he runs the SEC. Coinbase is even saying that, the SEC is being run based on somebody's opinion, mainly Gary Gensler, or namely Gary Gensler. So their public response to the Wells notice says a lot. Now, some crazy news. I have a friend of mine who's working on his own personal trading bot, right? A very close friend, like a brother to me. And he's been busting his tail trying to get this to work. And it actually does work, and it's pretty doggone accurate. And then you hear about JPMorgan integrating ChatGPT to accurately predict stock moves. As a retail trader, right? A retail person like me, like normal people, how do you go up against bots? And I think, the way we're headed is you're not going to. You're going to find a company that has a good one and go with that company. And then your game, I could see your game changing, because every so often you might have to go after a different, go with a different company because they've got a better bot. And instead of analyzing the stock market, you're analyzing bots. Do your own research. No matter what happens, always do your own research. Don't just look at the stock and the numbers and become, like a charting analyst or whatever. Don't do that. Do deep dive research on the companies that you're interested in, right? And the reason why I say so is because if you understand their business model, their trajectory, their management, everything else, it'll help you make better stock picks, as well as give you the tools to better understand what these bots are doing, how they're doing it, and what they're basing their decisions on. Because you're basing your decisions on similar points. Do your own research. No matter what technology is in place, you always do your own research. Still, that is really big news for JPMorgan. Now, California, I'm just looking at my notes. California, their Department of Technology is creating a decentralized digital wallet. And I'm just like, wow. They want to do things like collect taxes and licenses and things like that. And I'm just like, what now? And the reason why is because you can see this happening. And why? It's more secure. It's easy to transfer. You have a trail of ownership. Like, think about, a car. You own a car. You've got to register that car with a given state. In California, they'd be able to know where that car was or who owned that car more accurately, more effectively, dare I say cheaper. I'm just sitting back and I'm saying to myself, there are a lot of applications for crypto, a lot of applications for blockchain, a lot of applications for Web3. And I think you really need to start doing your own research to see where you fall in investment, but not just in investment, but also adoption. Certain things are going to come at you, and it's just here, just the way it is. It wasn't that long ago that we did not have credit cards. Everything was cash. So it came at you, and it's just here. Be prepared. Do your own research. Be prepared. All right? That's all I'm asking. Polygon is making big moves. Really, really, really big moves. Again, just looking at my notes, because I type like mini articles for everything that you hear me talking about. I type like mini articles and then I post them along with the video. So Polygon Bridge has been released, and it's for its ZK rollup piece. Okay. And it provides enhanced scalability and security and efficiency. Let me just get to the bottom line. It's 7 times cheaper than a normal Ethereum transaction and faster. Just putting that out there for you, right? So, does crypto fit into every single purchase that's out there? And the answer is absolutely not. Why? Because fees sometimes cost more than, the product that you're offering. You can buy a 50-cent bag of chips and have the gas fees be $5. So you have to be kind of conscious of what you're purchasing with crypto. That said, this is a very big deal for Polygon and for people that are on the Polygon blockchain. Now, something else that they did was Google Cloud partnered with Polygon. In a single click, you can have your dApp up and running on their blockchain, well, using Polygon on Ethereum's blockchain. Click, click, boom, I'm done. That's what that's all about. That is what that's all about. So when you look at cloud services taking off, you have Microsoft taking off, Google taking off. Yeah, Amazon is there with AWS, but that's not their primary business. And Microsoft is chipping away in big chunks. And now you can see how Google's going to chip away. And I have to say, I don't know what Microsoft's doing just yet, but I don't think Microsoft is that far away from doing the same thing as Google. And they've got a pretty big cloud system. And they offer pretty big convenience at using it. Even my company has 2 different ChatGPT accounts or OpenAI accounts because we use several different tools from OpenAI. For example, we have one that goes direct using ChatGPT, and we have one that goes direct with OpenAI that's using the engines that support ChatGPT. Well, on those engines, we can also access all of that via Microsoft because we happen to be a Microsoft partner. And we do because we want to test out the differences, nuances, things like that between the 2 systems so that when we build solutions, we know what we're doing. Imagine being able to do that with Google Cloud and Polygon. Set up my dApp like that. I'm just saying, things are changing, things are coming. Do your own research, understand what's there. Somebody asked, why did Polygon go down? Because, and somebody said it could be because of Disney. And the person whose show it was like, well, I don't know why you think Polygon has anything to do with Disney. It's because they forgot that even they reported that Polygon was, given the nod by Disney during one of their, competitions. And then Disney got rid of that whole team. They're not saying what's going on with that particular piece, but they did get rid of that whole internal team. So I would think that it went away. Forever? Doubtful. But I think they put the kibosh on it for right now so they can get focused and shore up, what they have going on and then probably get back into it. Because I can't believe that Disney would stay away from NFTs. They just have a huge collectibles market, and I just can't see that they'll stay away from that. And that's why Polygon could have taken a small hit, because that big Disney news is now not going to come for a really long time, unless it's under wraps and they're doing what they do. But with this kind of news, you can see how Google's going to take off. Then you've got Crypto.com cutting a deal with Samsung to bring a direct crypto trading experience straight to the Z Phone, Z Fold, and Z Flip. That's huge news. Huge news. Right? Going directly to a phone company, a popular phone company. I think we can see some things happening for Crypto.com as well as Samsung. Samsung's not slow. They're very smart and very, thoughtful in what they do. They take a pragmatic approach to everything. Then you have Robinhood Connect, which is allowing external wallets to connect to your Robinhood accounts. I'm telling you, do your own research. There's a lot going on. Anyway, good luck with that. And now let's go look at the numbers, because that's what we should do. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what it looks like. So the fear and greed index, last time I checked, is still at 56. That's actually pretty cool. That means we're still in the greed space. Everybody's still kind of looking up and thinking, yeah, good things are happening. That's a great thing. DeFi Llama, we're still at just under $66 billion. So with everything that's going on, we're still hitting high. And that's kind of cool. I mean, you can see where we were way back, right? This is where we're fighting it to get back to. Like someplace around here would be happy. I mean, heck, even around here would be happy. But that's where we're fighting to get back to. First, we have to get back to 100 billion, and then see what happens thereafter. Now, on the trading experience, yeah, we've been staying above that 28 mark that I told you about, and even managed to kiss a little bit of that 30,000, getting there. Now again, it's one of those, have to get there, sustain above before we make a next move. But with all this positive news that's coming out, I can definitely see how easy it would be for us to achieve greater numbers, even if it's later on this year. I do keep paying attention to the banking system. Why? Because First Republic is having problems, and I just want to make sure that it's held to First Republic, because the other banks are doing very well. Right? There was a long list of banks that everybody was looking at and, oh, you could get in trouble too. You can get in trouble too. They're not. They're doing well. And the only one that's actually having real problems because of management and their, decisions is First Republic. So far, so good. Cool about that. It's business. Then on the big picture, do you see that? It actually came up one time. I'm actually happy about that because it's been giving me problems for a while. You have BTC, like I said, 29,313, Ethereum back above that 1,900 mark. As everybody looks and says, oh, we took a big dip the other day and blah, blah, blah. Again, it wasn't that long ago that people were thinking Bitcoin was going to go below 15,000. Just let that wash over you for a minute. Right? I mean, ETH was lower than $1,000. Now it's almost double. Again, I just sit there and I say to myself, pay attention to what's going on. Look down the road. Right? I always look down the road. I'm paying attention for potholes, but I'm always looking down the road to see what could be coming at me that can make it big positive or big negative. And that'll help me adjust my DCA strategy and adjust my my dry power strategy, right? That's what I'm looking for. So I'll be frank with you. I'm expecting us to go up a bit, but I'm expecting another correction as bad news hits. What that bad news is, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But what goes up must come down, and what comes down eventually, in this case, goes up and can go up big. That's why I look for what are the business use cases, what are the retail use cases for all of these projects. That's what I pay attention to. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope my research helps you do yours, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.